Once upon a time, in a magical valley high above the clouds, bathed in light and beauty, there lived a king and a queen. The king's name was Faraz Shah, and the queen was known as Rahana Peri. Rahana Peri was the wisest, kindest, and most graceful ruler in that enchanted land. Her eyes held a blue sparkle of magic, and her face glowed like the first ray of dawn. But one sorrow always lingered in her heart. She had no child. At night, Rahana Peri would climb to the palace terrace and speak to the moon. She would plead with the flowers and confide in her reflection by the lake. "Oh, how I wish my courtyard echoed with laughter. That a little fairy might play in my arms," she would whisper. One day, while she sat alone in the palace garden, a gentle breeze blew, and the fragrance of flowers filled the air. Suddenly, she noticed a white snake slowly slithering toward her across the lawn. But it wasn't an ordinary snake. Its body shimmered with blue light, as if a glowing sapphire was hidden within it. Rahana Peri watched in wonder, yet she did not feel fear. Instead, a soft smile appeared on her lips. "How beautiful this serpent is, like a messenger from a magical dream," she murmured. She gently lifted it into her palms. The serpent looked into her eyes with affection and rested its head peacefully in her hands. At that moment, the emptiness in Rahana Peri's heart was filled. She decided to raise it as her own child, and named it Neelam because its body glowed with a blue radiance. Rahana Peri cared for Neelam like a mother. She fed it milk from a golden cup, wrapped it in soft silk, and told it stories under the moonlight. Months passed, and fate finally smiled upon her. Queen Rahana gave birth to a daughter named Noor. Bright as the moon, delicate as a rose, and carrying a magical smile that could light up hearts. Now there were 2 daughters in the palace, one fairy, one serpent. They were inseparable. When Noor chased butterflies in the garden, Neelam followed behind. When Noor laughed, Neelam's blue eyes sparkled with joy. Rahana Peri loved both her daughters deeply. But Neelam carried a secret, a magical jewel, a Nagmani, which glowed with blue light as if it contained the depth of the sky itself. Rahana Peri used to say, "This Nagmani is our symbol of protection. As long as it stays in the palace, no dark force can harm us." The jewel was kept inside a golden chest in the highest tower of the palace. Noor and Neelam would often sit beside it, telling stories in its soft, glowing light. One stormy night, when thunder rolled and lightning flashed, a dark serpent, known as Kalia Najin, slithered into the palace, a creature who had searched for the Nagmani for centuries. By morning, chaos filled the palace. The chest was empty. Rahana Peri was distraught. Noor and Neelam rushed to her. "Mother, we will bring the jewel back," they said. Rahana looked into Neelam's blue eyes. "You know the world beyond," she said gently. "Noor will go with you. You are each other's strength." The next morning, the 2 sisters set out. A shining fairy and a serpent glowing with blue light. They journeyed beyond the clouds, across dark mountains, until they reached Kaliagar, the dark cave where the black serpent lived. Inside, drops of venom glistened on the walls, and in the center stood a stone serpent with the Nagmani upon its head. Suddenly, a thunderous voice echoed, Who dares to enter my cave? Kalia Najan appeared, her eyes blazing red like fire. Neelam stepped forward boldly. I am Neelam, daughter of the serpent world. This jewel is not yours. It belongs to my mother, Queen Rahana Peri. A terrifying battle began. Poison versus light, darkness versus hope. Finally, Neelam struck with her tail, seized the Nagmani, and cast a burst of blue light upon Kalia's heart. With a scream, the dark serpent turned to smoke and vanished. Only light remained within the cave. Neelam placed the jewel in Noor's hands and said softly, "This can never shine brighter than your light, sister." Noor smiled, "And there can never be a light braver than your heart, Neelam." When they returned to the palace, Rahana Peri's eyes filled with tears of joy. "My daughters," she said, "you have not only brought back the Nagmani, but also filled the emptiness in my soul." From that day on, darkness never returned to the valley. Rahana Peri placed the Nagmani at the highest dome of the palace, so its light would forever shine across the skis. It is said that even today, on moonlit nights, a blue glow can be seen above the mountains, the reflection of Neelam the serpent, watching over her mother's treasure with her sister Noor by her side, crescent gem